yeah. I like it. A morning live in here with myself and 3 of my closest friends. If you want this thing to continue, you better get into the chat. I'm fired up for this one, though. A little morning. I got my coffee. We got some playoff baseball. We got some launching going on. We got all sorts of good stuff. Let's go. All right. Not sure if this thing is working, to be honest with you. I've never done it quite this early before. I'm a little nervous. Oh, what's up, Ryan? I like it. I don't play sport. Oh, there you go. It is. It's a big day for the Padres. Ryan, I appreciate the support. Very cool. You definitely don't have to play to enjoy sports. I love soccer, and I'm not very good at it. Oh, yeah. A little morning before some baseball today. Man, yesterday was a good day of sports. I love it. Nobody works, man. No, I'm joking. That's not true. Only when the surf is good. There's nothing like just random North Shore lines to people that I know probably know the lines in a live. I like it. It's tough living here, man. The morning live. How'd you guys did you all get notification or something? I love it. This thing is crazy. I'm having fun today. I'm not gonna lie. The course thing was a lot of work, and it's fun to see it kind of come to fruition. And yeah, I'm just enjoying it, having fun going back and forth with people who have already enrolled. It really was. It was a fascinating exercise personally to like put that much stuff together, but I had a blast doing it, and I'm excited to get the feedback. I've had probably 10-ish people go through it, mostly coaches. No offense to coaches, but it's fun to been able to get their feedback, especially because most of them did the RPO stuff too, and so to see exactly where it falls, it's fun for me. I know I love the Browns, man. I'm glad the Browns are back here for the Padres. For everybody who, yesterday was a pretty crazy baseball day, pretty crazy sports day actually, except for that basketball game, which was underwhelming on not very many levels. I didn't even watch the end of it. I'm assuming it ended up pretty spread apart. Well, for the 10 of my closest friends in here, now is the time. If you ever had questions, the floor is open. Once we get past all the what's ups, which I appreciate. I'm excited. I honestly, this is the first time in probably a couple months on the channel that I don't have anything to do. I've done the videos for tomorrow. I've done the Patreon videos. I've done the course. It's out into the ether. It's like a little mini vacation. So I thought I'd hop on. I might even do another one of these later today. Whew. Joe, the Padres do have the best uniforms in baseball right now. I'm not gonna lie. I was never fully on the Brown bandwagon, but I'm officially come around. I feel so bad for the Padre fans just because they don't get to go to the games. Yesterday would have been amazing, not the finish, but the actual experience. Yeah, Chase, appreciate the support, Chase. Oh, what are the questions? I saw a question go by. Sorry. Thoughts on Carson Wentz, Alex? Yeah, I think I did a video on Carson last week. I love Doug Peterson. I got another friend on staff there, Scan Gorilla. I think that they're going to turn it around. I think people overreact this early in the season. I think that there is something issues, whether it's personnel, whether it's his own mechanics, whether he's out of whack, his rhythm, his timing, his sequencing, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't look smooth enough. Not that he's ever been smooth to me. He's always been a little herky-jerky, but I think he'll bounce back. I do have a lot of faith in Doug and company over there. Johnny! Appreciate it. Man, so I got to figure out how to do my, ever since I did this, like, they made me go to a different format to live stream. If any of y'all live stream, I can't see enough of the chat, if that makes sense. Like in the past, I used to be able to like see more of it. Now I feel like it's condensed. Hey, Jason, what's going on, my man? Poo-poo! Super chat. I don't know why. I honestly, I do think that I by far get the most amount of kick out of this stuff than anybody who actually watches these. But Cancun, nice. Carlos. All right, Jason. As a Giants fan, I am very worried about D. Jones' progress. I think if we finish 2-14, I'd prefer to move on because Lawrence and Fields are going to be great. Whew. Yeah, finishing 2-14 would not be good. I don't know if they would take. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if they would take them even if they finished in the top 2. I honestly wanted to do a Daniel Jones video. I probably will do a Daniel Jones video. I also want to do a Dwayne Hopkins video. Haskins. Jeez. Dwayne Haskins video. Just because I really like Dwayne Haskins. I don't know that much about Daniel Jones. I've watched maybe, a hodgepodge of a game in aggregate of him. And so I would probably need to go back and watch a lot more to have a really sound opinion. But with Barkley out, I mean, that's a recipe for struggles, in my opinion. What up, y'all? Oh, yeah, friendly faces. Johnny, looking good, man, with the logo. I appreciate it. I feel like I used to have a logo thing on here. Oh, look, we got 8 likes already. Like, I didn't even have to do the thing yet. I got multiple beverages. Kind of feels like I'm at like a 20s brunch. All I'm missing is like the champagne, the bloody. Cancun got me started about that. Maybe I will have like a random Thursday celebratory Bloody Mary. That sounds pretty good, actually. That's not true. I got to Zoom later. Daniel, what's going on, man? Bright and early, right? I'm assuming, well, I guess I just assume that most people are on the West Coast. That's not necessarily true. I'm sure there are some people all over the place. Also thought it would be nice every once in a while to do one at weird times just because there are a handful of international people that are locked into this channel that I very much appreciate that never get to do the live stream. So try to do one every once in a while off this. Broncos or Jets? Man, I'm taking the Jets. Who's even playing quarterback for the Broncos? I honestly don't know. Joe, Mahomes and Cam. Man, I'm hoping that too. What time is that game? What time is the Chiefs-Pats game? Is that a primetime game this week? If anything is equal from a talent standpoint, is zone blocking scheme or man blocking scheme the best? Ryan, that's an excellent question. I would personally say I like to have both. I know that's probably blasphemy to some O-line people. I prefer to have both. And it really depends on the personnel in the back for me more than anything else. Italy, yes. Love it. I appreciate the support. I love it. Got some class going too. Don't miss class for this, that's for sure. You can always come back and watch this later, if ever. Oh, man. Brett Rippon from Boise. Really? That's amazing. Good for him. Good for him. Oh, it's a 1 o'clock? All right. That's good. I'm gonna be actually locked in on Saturday. I've actually been watching a lot more college Saturday. I think it's just because it's worked out Saturdays for me to watch more TV recently. But this Saturday, I'm definitely going to be watching college because I'm putting out the play calling tool on Saturday. So I just want to be able to get back to people and have fun with that thing. Appreciate it, Michael. Easy way, real trucking. Easy way to remember how to identify the mic. Yes, I think I have a video on the mic. In fact, I think it's the most watched video on the channel. So I would watch that. And then the easiest way to identify the mic for me is just the middle of the 3 linebacker types. And if there's 4 linebacker types, it's usually the middle of to the strong side or to the passing strength or running side strength, whatever side you need to set the pass pro to is the easiest way to do it. Yeah, the college football. I feel like the college football I think I've just enjoyed it because it's on all day. It's fun to see game day back on, even if it's a weird show with everything going on with that show. But man, It is fun just to have it back a little bit of normal, even though it's not normal, if that makes sense. Matt, who do the Eagles play this weekend? I honestly don't know. I know it's hard to believe, but it's not hard to believe. I'm joking. I honestly don't look that much ahead at the NFL schedule. I have no idea. I know that the Patriots and the Chiefs play. I'm probably going to watch that game if it's on out here. I think Tampa Bay plays somebody on the West Coast, so we'll probably get that game that I'll probably want to watch. Michael, you think college football is less political? Really? We're definitely not talking politics, but I would say college football is pretty political as well. Oh, Tampa Bay plays the Niners? Oh, I don't know. Although I have had a number of people ask me to do Nick Mullins' video. I don't know if I'll get around to that. All right, Lil, boom. Didn't see it. Super chat. Hey, what up with the air raid? Why do Mike Leach offenses put up ridiculous numbers so often, and why hasn't it caught on in the NFL? Is that triple I or L-I-L? Either way. That's a loaded question because I have a number of air raid friends. The reason why he puts up ridiculous numbers is because all they do is pass, and they prefer to pass. I think they rushed for like 9 yards against LSU, or maybe I just made that up wherever I heard it from. The essence of the air raid is they are very good at what they do, and what they do is throw the ball, and they have a set number of plays and small number of runs, and they get really good at running those specific things, and that's it. And that's what it is. That's what they believe in. And the reason why I don't think it works in the league is because it's not a lot of what I would consider precision timing type routes. And so if you watch an air raid quarterback, they're usually, it's not that they can't get the ball out of their hand quickly, but over the aggregate of the game or a season, you inevitably have to hold on to the ball, especially in zone, because you're waiting for people to find grass or find space or make a decision running the ball. There's not very much, in my opinion, and this could disagree with some air raid people, but there's not a lot of anticipation or getting the ball out quick on time down the field. It's a lot more of see it, throw it, or let a guy get into space, and they do a lot of drills to incorporate that. And so that's why I think it wouldn't work in the league. I also think, if your guys are better than their guys, as far as if the DBs are better than your wide receivers, you're going to struggle. And so we'll see how it works. It certainly, looked pretty good against a banged up, shorthanded LSU. Not to make excuses, but the other thing about the air raid is this is not the first time the air raid has been in the SEC. Anybody who knows anything about the air raid knows that Hal Mumme and Mike Leach were at Kentucky with Tim Couch, put up ridiculous numbers. Tim Couch was what he was in the league as a number one pick, and they were at Kentucky again. Certain elements of me think that even though he's in the SEC West, you're still going up against Alabama, Auburn, LSU, and even though you might get access to some of the high caliber athletes, you're still probably never going to be the most athletic team on the field. And so we'll see how it goes. I love the air raid. We incorporate some of their concepts. I definitely wouldn't classify us as air raid, though. I think that we try to steal from everybody. And in fact, in the course, there are a handful of air raid concepts. Boom, boom. Slam Diego. Patreon. What up? Reptile. We'll get some friendly faces in here. I know. Slam Diego, man. We need to be Slam Diego. We were no Diego yesterday. Tim Couch. I played against Tim Couch. Man, Tim Couch balled out at Kentucky. When I was in college, that staff, Mike Leach and Hal Mumme, if you know the history of air raid, Hal Mumme, those guys were at Valdosta. I think he's in Georgia when I was in college, and I was always the quarterback at that school would always win like what essentially is the Division II Heisman Trophy, and I was always like, and I played Division II football, and I was always like, what the hell are they doing out there? Like, what are they doing? Because back in the day, you didn't have access to film, and like, I remember watching them one time, and I was like, all they do is throw screens and pass the ball. Like, yeah, they have ridiculous stats, and sure enough, think the guy won the D2 Heisman like 3 times when I was there. Not that I haven't gotten over it. I'm a Y cross guy, although I'm used to calling it Y over Martin as far as what my favorite air raid concept is. Although we use a bunch of them. I'm excited. We do a little bit of Y cross. I'm really excited about what I'm used to calling 618 wheel. I don't know what everybody else calls it. Voices, you got to look at the description of every video. Michael, I appreciate you like me. Sometimes I do. Except I'm not even going to use these lives for videos anymore because we got so much content. Hope that goes away. Oh, there it is. Chase. We have yes, we have a number of different variations of mesh that we run. I'm not quite as sold on mesh as everybody else is. I just like if we want to. To me, if it's zone and we want to throw checkdowns, we'll throw it to the running back. That's just for me. Like I know that some people swear by it, and I understand how it has answers. I found that we called it a lot more in 7-on-7 than we ever did in a game, and when we called it in a game, we just probably didn't rep it enough to be great at it. You know, it's always for me. Coaching, play calling, playing, you are where you spend your time, right? And really in anything in life, you are where you spend your time, right? Where I can tell what you value by where you spend your time. We didn't spend our time repping mesh enough to be able to be great at it. We were okay at it. And so we probably didn't see the results that some teams do that live in it. So that was what. Mesh is great, Tyler. Okay, I like it. I don't disagree. Benjamin, thanks for stopping in. Voices, no, but I appreciate you checking out the channel. Board and Arrow. Can Trask be an NFL quarterback? Yeah, absolutely. I think Trask, off the top of my head, like I'm not a Gator fanatic, but I think Trask is the quarterback who didn't or hasn't played much at all up until recently, like not even in high school played that much. So the little I've seen of him, big athletic dude there, he's got a chance to be pretty successful in that system, especially if they have a great year and end up overtaking Georgia. So yeah, absolutely. Who the hell am I to tell him he can't play in the NFL? Man, y'all better get back to class if you're missing class for this. This ain't it. Paul, I have no idea. That's amazing that you remember that. I don't even remember what slant you're talking about, but I bet it was there. You got drop those things from your memory. John Healy, as a fan from Ireland, your stuff really helps me to understand the game better. Thanks. You're welcome, John. Appreciate it. Ireland, the homeland. Johnny, what is it like after a drive in NFL? What do you do first? Check what the defense did against you. High five your teammates. Well, I think it depends on the outcome of the drive. If you score, absolutely celebrate. Probably kind of, if something happened over the course of the drive, you probably want to talk about it with the offensive line, the perimeter, the wide receivers, make sure you're on the same page. Then you probably grab the quarterback coach, the other quarterbacks, look at the images or look at the video from the previous drive. Probably go talk to the play caller, figure out what they want to get into next series, what they're thinking, any adjustments we need to move going forward. You know, depending on what the game is going like, you probably go talk to the offensive line again. You know, whether you need to feel like you got to pump them up or reassure them or talk through some protection issues, and then you're ready to go. And it goes pretty quick. Daniel, it's not coming off, man. Get over it. Big day. Although our pitching is straight dumpster fire right now. It's tough. Tough out there. Real trucking. I hope the XFL does pretty well. I really do. My expectations are not high, for a number of different reasons, mostly just because of the track record and how expensive football is. But I think that it would be great, especially for quarterback development, for have another league. That's for sure. Great one, DeVore. Appreciate the Josh Allen breakdown. As a Dolphins fan, I enjoyed you humbling the Bills fans. Did I? Okay. Well, as a Dolphins fan, I'm excited for your boy Tua to eventually get out there when he's healthy. Paul, I do not. You gotta stop screaming, man. I do not think about PJ Walker very often. What do you think about positioning of front? Well, hold up, Zach. What do you think about positioning a front toe after the step to target, pointed directly at target, 45 degrees? What allows hip rotation without blocking or over rotation? Zach, I'm not a big toe pointer guy. I think you definitely don't want to be closed off when you step towards a target, and that's probably the term is you never really step towards the target. You're always slightly open. I've been around some quarterbacks that open the gate too much and kind of lose some of the force that you can generate from your core. But I've never dissected someone's, whether their toe is pointed a little in or a little out, like stuff like that. Like if that's an issue, then we're going to probably have issues playing quarterback. I'm sure that there is like a really super scientific biomechanical explanation, but that's not me. Sorry. Wii Radio. I got no problem you using Madden to get better at Madden. Whatever it takes. Not embarrassing for me at all. Mickey, Foles is going to be. I think Foles is going to be good. I got no problem with Foles. I know, I haven't watched any of the Colts. I actually was going to do a video on Phillip Rivers, and I'm sure I will pretty soon, actually, just to kind of check in to see how they're doing. But I haven't watched a snap of the Colts play, so I don't know if they're good or what. Oh, Matt Castleman, that is an excellent question. Best passing concept for man with one deep safety when in trips. I almost feel like there should be a course built around some sort of question like that. So, I don't know. I'd probably check it out. It's probably in the description to this live stream, which would be a great opportunity. And I think actually one of the previews that I did was cover one. Basically, you get like a half hour of me telling you every different iteration of cover one. I don't know if I don't think I made any of the beaters previews, but you can go at least get a sample of it. Justin, you live in San Diego. How do you start coaching? You volunteer, or you attempt to volunteer at your local high school or youth league, I would say is the easiest way to do it. Oh, man. Schoenberg, that's a tough one. Is Brees shot in your opinion? No, he's not shot, in my opinion. I do think something just like everybody does who's watching it doesn't look the same. I'm still surprised that Sean Payton hasn't manufactured opportunities for him to throw the ball down the field in some sort of like play action or something. Now, I mean, maybe he just can't, but even like maybe not like a massive post, but like a over or something to at least like let him, pull out the driver and see what it looks like and feels like. And, maybe he can't, and, it's going to be a year of checkdowns and all that. But for me, I'm not willing to I'm not going to put anybody in a box after 3 weeks. I'm just not. And so even people who are, trending in one direction or they look terrible for 3 weeks. I've been around people who look terrible for 8 weeks and then come back and you'd think that they're like Pro Bowlers. It just is. So it takes people different times. This is a weird year. I think it makes it even magnifies making any sort of like overarching massive early analysis just because, it's just a weird year on many different levels as far as preparation, timing, all those things. Jake, zero thoughts on the hat backwards. I'd say get over that. Aaron, it's not gin, it's soda water. Not a big gin guy. Paul, Brett Ryan absolutely has a shot to shine. And if you're going to shine against anyone, I would imagine it would be the Jets. That's just me, though. Skeptile22, what do you think about Drew Lock? I did a few videos on Drew Lock last year. I didn't watch a second of Drew Lock this year. In fact, I don't even know how much he played. If you're just coming to the chat, do me a favor. Before we have to go to class, crush that thing. Chase, do you have a favorite way of reading progressions? Yes and no. My favorite way of reading progressions, I think, is different for me, the player, versus me, the coach. Me, the coach, wants to be whatever the quarterback does well. So our system is adaptable enough to be able to change the way that we read certain plays and really kind of oscillate between the volume that we carry between, like, you know, a handful of things to open it up as the season progresses, like most people do. The player, me, I like to have answers. So I liked a lot of what if scenarios. So what if we do if it's open? What do we do if it's closed? What do we do if it's man? What do we do if it's zone? What do we do if it's pressure? What do we do if it's zero? So if I could answer all those things, then I could play well. But I've been around a lot of people who would much rather just be in a pure progression, 1, 2, 3, put it on them, that type of world. And so I don't think there's one better way to do it. Well, that's not true. I think my way of doing it is better at being able to have answers to everything. But for some people, that allows them to, you know, to not play fast enough. And so hope that makes sense. Radio, Jimmy Garoppolo, in my opinion, starts when he's healthy. Philly fans with the jokes. I like it. You're welcome, Chase. All right, y'all. This was fun. I got my kids homeschooling, and they got a break coming up at 9:15. So, Matt Castleman, that's a good one. I'm actually need to do a video on Tannehill. In fact, remind me if I don't do it within like the next week or two. So just let me put it out into the ether. So Dwayne Haskins, Daniel Jones, Ryan Tannehill, Phillip. Those are the ones I want to do. Now, sure enough, Aaron and Patrick will probably go off this week and have to do another one of those. I appreciate you all hanging out. It was fun. Launch day. If you haven't checked it out, check out the course. I appreciate it. It's in the description. Some free videos over there. I think one of them is like a half hour, so get a real chance to check out what exactly the course is like. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. I'll do my best to get back to you about the course specifically, and I'm excited about it. Might come back and do another one of these later. I appreciate you all hanging out with all the questions. Good stuff. If I didn't get to it, I'll probably do another one later today just to kind of keep pumping out the course stuff and have fun with it. All right. Thank you. Do me a favor. Even if you don't enroll in the course, spread the word. Keep your eyes peeled for the QB School tool, which is free, comes out this weekend. It incorporates some of the 300 images that are in the course into play calling scenarios. So test your play calling, basically how I would call it based on personnel and defenses, see what you call it and what you would expect. And so I'm really excited about the tool as well. Lots of fun stuff. Thanks for hanging out. See you later today, hopefully. Later.